Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Call of Duty North American Championship 2015 presented by Xbox. My name is Courage, joined here by Chance. Chance, we just saw an insane S&D game. Rise just absolutely stomping there, and Diabolic was really the story of that matchup. Can he stay hot here in game number 3?
Honestly, yeah. I think Rise might be able to take this momentum, to use it, to be able to take this, capture the flag. Obviously, they choked the first respawn, but right now, I think they're going to be able to do it.
Now we see Miyagi picking up 2 there, finding the 3rd here. That's what they need out of him. We saw him hot in the first respawn game mode, and here he is back now in game number 3, putting some shots down on Attach, but Replays already has the flag here, just causing hysteria in the Rise base.
Yeah, Replays has almost no hope of getting away with that, but he was still able to buy his team about 30 seconds to get set back up as he was just running back and forth, causing the 2 players from the other squad to just run back and forth, chasing him, not being able to figure out where he is.
Basically, his goal there was to make sure his team could rotate back and not be penalized for having to kill Miyagi in their base. So instead of the flag capture being pulled by Rise, they were able to clean him up and then easily push out together on the map, and that's what we're seeing here. Yeah,
a lot of pressure being put on Rise right now as they're being just pushed in their base. Clayster picking up a nice little 2-piece there, working his way in. I was kind of expecting him to be pulling out the IMR to try and lock down this side, but nonetheless, he's a great bow player as well. Going on a 3-kill streak, sitting at 7-3 now. Clayster starting out hot.
Yeah, I would definitely expect to see him possibly utilize the IMR more when he's on the other side of the map, but there's Replays showing the versatility of the bow there, pulling that flag here on a 3 streak. He's now 4-1, but he's got 1 player right behind him.
Yeah, and it looks like he's not quite able to get away, but JCap is able to clean up the kill to clean them up. So they are going to be able to go back and get that flag attached, and it looks like they're going to be able to get that 1-0 scoring as it doesn't look like a player's in position to stop. Sender, however, able to pick up on JCap. He was in the area, but he just didn't have enough time to work with.
Yeah, easy cap coming in there out of Attach. Really had the support from his team. He's only got 1 kill this game, but when Clayster's starting off 8-3 and Replays is slaying everything in sight as well, you got to know you're going to be able to cap that one with ease, and that's what we saw there out of Denial. So able to bounce back there after the rough game number 2.
Yeah, Denial obviously on the good side. So how many flags do you think they need to be comfortable with to go into the second side?
Honestly here, you just want to go in that second side with a lead in general, because then from that side you can really, if you're winning in the slaying department, I really don't think you have anything to worry about, because right now they're doing a great job of cleaning up those stragglers in their base. And look, now they're up 2-0. This is more than just Denial capping. It's more them stopping any plays that Rise makes.
Yeah, and you saw a little bit of a desperation play out of Miyagi trying to pull that flag.
And it's happening again here.
Yeah, and he was picked up immediately. So right now we're going to be on board with Attach, who's working away his enemy's base, as Miyagi is actually going to be able to pull away a flag to the overextend, although he's going to get cleaned up, so he goes down.
So over and over again, we're seeing this flag pull coming out of Miyagi, just trying to risk it and pull it. But Denial rotating back, cleaning it up, and no matter what side they're on, as long as he's doing that, or as long as Denial's doing that, they will stop all the aggression coming out of Rise. And you can see they're more than happy to be up 2-0 here with just 2 minutes remaining here on side number 1.
Yeah, and that was a very important flag stop from Rise, not let the lead get too far out of hand. And something we've seen, Attach has both the flag caps, but other players have been pulling out the flag, and as soon as they get past Pool Rock, Attach is meeting them, and then they just happen to get killed, and Attach is right there, working great together as a team. It looks like they're going to be able to put a 3rd flag in, as there's only 1 player there to stop them, but the coverage from Denial is just perfect.
This is just 100% Denial playing this map better than Rise right now. Yes, they are winning those gunfights. Yes, JCap, Clayster, and Replays are all hot, but what they're doing is knowing exactly where to watch the cutoffs, knowing exactly when to expect the opposing team to try to overextend. Their center just absolutely drop shots Attach right there. But now a flag finally going out here, but yet again, spawning bottom dirt. Easy cleanup for JCap. The flag gets returned for Denial.
Yeah, I'd like to point out Diabolic, who last game had an outstanding performance, going about 11-4 in Search and Destroy, now sitting at 2-10. Yeah. If they have any hope of being able to pull off this win, Diabolic is really going to need to pick it up for him.
I really do think that's what separates the best of the best from some of these guys who have a lot of skill but are showing the inconsistency here. A lot of those top players you just always see dropping big numbers no matter what game mode it is here. Diabolic 4-10 right now on a 2 streak. Let's kind of see how he's playing this right here to bring himself back into this game.
Yeah, he's just going to kind of be your anchor, sitting around the flag, playing some defense. His only goal is to not allow the enemy team to pull the flag to get to pool. As long as he can keep that within the turtle area, he's doing his job successfully. But obviously, you see 3 caps that have gone in for Denial. He's struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see them playing this so defensively here, especially with Diabolic. I know he's got players in front of him, but for the last 30 seconds here, he's been on his side of the map, not really able to make anything happen. And when you're down 3-0 and when Clayster's 15-6 here, really not much you could do.
Yeah, and something I wish I would have seen out of Rise is more rotating back to the base. You've seen quite a few times where they get desperate and go for the overextend pull, and it just hasn't worked out for them at all. Denial's doing way too good for that.
To be honest, I think that it's mainly Miyagi who's been doing those super overextensions. Now you're seeing them rotating back here, but it's not even going to pay off as Clayster's easily going to be able to cap this one here and giving Denial the 4-0 lead. He's 17-6. Clayster looking real hot here. Yeah. After side number 1.
Almost got slowed down by those stuns, but he still made it in with a second left. 4-0 lead is absolutely huge going on into the second side. Do you think Rise is going to be able to make the comeback?
No.
Not at all?
Not at all. I think, once again, bad side or good side, this is strictly Denial playing better than them. It didn't matter if they were on the opposite side there. Denial still would have just outclassed them in that moment. Everyone's winning the gunfights they need to. All players of Denial right now positive. The only one that's not is actually Attach, and he's only even. Let's hop on board with him to see how he starts off side number 2.
You do have to imagine, though, that first game went down. We were talking the exact same thing about Rise. We were saying they're playing perfectly. They can't be beat. So I think Rise, they're going to have to play insane. Diabolic is going to have to step it up, but I think it's possible.
Pac-Man with his third two-piece here with the bow, especially on this pool side. Gotta love that here. Their goal is going to be able to hold this down and to rally the flag captures while getting the cutoffs at bottom dirt. But here, you're already seeing these rotates back to their flag from Denial, making sure this flag can't get pulled. So this player up in top, Attic here, who's Sender, yes, he may get one kill, but instead of him being able to grab the flag and run, he gets taken out there by JCap.
And right now on board with Attach, you see he's not pushing up too far, just kind of hanging out around. Their entire team is playing extremely patiently. Not only does that waste time, but it prevents them from making any major mistakes and almost completely stops Rise from being able to make any huge plays.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And now you're just seeing the continued rotating back to their flag, and now all 3 players of Denial that are up are pushing through to the opposing team's flag here on this pool side. They know, all right, now our base is clear. Let's get aggressive.
Yeah, and one important thing you just saw from Attach is while he allowed his 3 players to rotate up to try and put pressure on the flag, he still rotated back to try and defend his zone to not allow anything crazy to happen. But the flag is going to get pulled out by Agi as he did go down.
And here we're seeing Miyagi run this flag here towards his capture zone, but it looks like his flag's still out. Now it gets returned, now able to get that one in. So Rise finally getting on the board here after 6.5 minutes. 3 dead for Denial yet again. Looks like one Rise player is getting aggressive here. That's going to be Diabolic in the opposing team's Attic.
You know, the Denial got 4 flags in 5 minutes. Right now, we're at 1 flag for 2 minutes for them. But if they get 1 flag half a minute, they should be able to pull this off. There is plenty of time to work with. They just need to be extremely consistent in what they do. And Sender missing shots. Oh my God.
Goodness. Just turned on Sender right there, and that is not what you need to see out of a Rise player, because now that completely opens up the map here for Denial to run this flag in. JCap's on a 5 spree here, and he's got all the coverage in the world.
Yeah, JCap, it's pretty much a nail in the coffin. He's even just wasting enough time to make this possible, and his team rotating extremely well is going to get stopped by Miyagi, although the flag has not been returned yet. Miyagi actually going huge with the 2-piece. Clayster cleaning him up, though. Going to pick up the flag. He can just run this in, but Pac-Man able to take him down. They're going to need to get this return to have any sort of hope. Yeah, that really went down to the one player who was covering JCap with that flag, missed his shots. The player, Miyagi, stayed alive, able to make an insane 2-piece happen there on that back statue. So, Cap not going in for Denial, but they're still up by 3 full captures here with only 2.5 minutes remaining. Yeah, JCap sitting at 25-17. I don't know if it's because he's doing well or because there are plays like what Sender just had where they just decide they don't want to shoot at JCap at all. Yeah, JCap just being a slippery little snake here. He is 27-17 leading this squad right now. Going to be getting on top of this pool wall here. And as an AR player, you've got to feel super confident when you're sitting up there with your bow. Yeah, exactly. It's just easy picking because every single player for Rise is negative. So Clayster, anyone with an assault rifle is making the job of the submachine gun players really easy. Denial really just in complete control of this entire match. JCap finding one player in front of him there, now deciding to give Miyagi a chance to get the turn on him. Nope, finally cleans him up there, but once again, look at where Rise is on the minimap right now. No aggression, no position to pull a flag, and with only 1.5 minutes remaining, that has to change now, or Rise is going to go down 2-1 in this series. Yeah, and Denial just doing everything right. They know exactly when to push up and put pressure on Rise's base, which is what they're doing now as soon as they clear out kills. And when they don't know where the enemy is, they're all rotating back and working together in unison and preventing Rise from being able to do anything of note. Yeah, if you look at the scoreboard right now, you see replays 13-17. You think, man, he's really having a tough game here. But honestly, JCap, Attach, and Clayster are getting those cutoffs, getting those kills they need. Replays is getting those little scrap kills, making sure nothing too crazy is happening, not letting up any counter caps or kind of hidden captures from the overextensions of Miyagi. Yeah, replays, obviously not the best performance, but he's been playing extremely patient. He's only had 30 total engagements since the entire match, and JCap at 50. So JCap, clearly the aggressive replays, is really just doing what he needs to do at all times.
This will be an easy capture for Rise here as 45 seconds are remaining. They can definitely still make the comeback happen, but they need to turn this around and get to the opposing team's base right now. You can see no players in position to pull this flag, and with only 30 seconds left, they need to have super overclock if they want to be able to rally 2 flags now.
I want to say the absolute fastest you can capture a flag on this map is about 12 seconds, and that's with overclock. They only have 22 seconds to work with now, so even if Denial just completely stopped playing, this game would be over.
My third grade map is correct. That is not possible to happen here as we see Sender running in a flag. Yes, he may capture this one, but fortunately they are down by 2. Able to score that one, but Rise losing this game, honestly, the 1-point score really doesn't give it enough. I think Denial definitely dominated much harder there on side number 1 and even held their own very well on side 2. Even though Rise was able to score 3 captures, it really came towards the end when Denial was kind of slowing things down, knowing the game was over.
Yeah, Denial really just in complete control of that entire match, but that's going to give us a 2-1 round count in favor of Denial now. Up next, we're going to have some uplink Detroit for you. Who do you think takes that one?
Ooh, Denial up 2-1 now. I do think they're going to close out the series here, winning all 3 respawn game modes. Honestly, that was a heartbreaker. Now, if you imagine if Rise had taken game number 1 where they had that huge lead, then dominated in game number 2, this series would be completely different. But where we stand right now, Denial up 2-1. Guys, don't go anywhere. We'll see you soon.